we can get started on our LDC, Local Development Corporation portion of the meeting.
Of course.
And
Anybody listen to you?
No, what's new? Can we get a motion, please, ladies and gentlemen?
Hello.
How we doing, guys? Ladies and gentlemen, can we get a motion to approve the minutes of our last meeting, please?
So move.
Supervisor Leggett, seconded by Supervisor Merlino. All those in favor?
Aye.
Matters relating to the review and approval of the November-December 2019 financial statements. Ed, do you want
Yes, I
to
do.
take us down that road?
As you know, we did not have meetings in December. Therefore, we're here in January to approve the November and December financials. And basically, going backwards from December to November, there really has not been any substantial change in the financial status of the Local Development Corporation. We have approximately, from our loan portfolio availability, approximately $1 million to lend, and that's why in the initial meeting, before this meeting, talked about the promotional activities and marketing activities. Late last year, and we're continuing, we're running a series of ads in the Sun Community News in the North Country, as well as we'll be undertaking some ads as well as social media with the O-Star and other forms of communication, including the development of an overview brochure that will be placed at the various town halls through the area, as well as my desire to go to each of the towns and speak at a town board meeting if I'm welcome. Okay. I think I'm welcome in most towns. Frank, I'm welcome over there to order to discuss in importance, because the first line of communication generally I have found in many towns is a knock on the door, seeing Craig or Frank or Gene out at a downtown location in their town, saying, you know where I can get a little bit of funding needs. We want to update our software, as well as we're looking at expansion. What's available? So if we can have this information readily available to the towns, as well as on our websites, I think that's a big step forward to promote this program. The other thing that I'm planning to do is to, in addition to going to town board meetings, is try to set up a day in the future that I can be available for a few hours at the town hall to meet with any prospective individuals that have any questions about economic development, but most importantly in terms of any potential loan availability as well. In addition to that, we are planning to meet with all of our local banks in terms of outlining to them what loan programs that we have, as well as grant assistance programs. In order to full circle, as well as communicating, Peter, with your colleagues in the real estate business to kind of close that loop of all of those people that first come in contact with people that are interested in expanding or coming to this region and so forth besides our office. Because we want to aggressively, 2020 is the year that we're going to be, with due diligence of course, providing loans in our community. One of the issues has been, with the interest rate so low, some of the individuals, and under our bylaws, either the individual, in order to obtain a loan from the Local Development Corporation, has to have a declination, polite word of saying rejection from a bank, or it's gap financing. So in other words, if an individual comes and says, the bank originally was going to loan me X number of dollars through the commitment letter, but through a series of regulations and the appraisal didn't come back as high, which we did exactly that with the New Way Lunch in Warrensburg. You may recall 2 years ago, the appraisal and commitment letter came in at one level, and the bank came back and they contacted me and the proprietors of New Way Lunch and said, we're gap financing, we're short X number of dollars, can you help us out? And so we were able to do that. So those are our two areas that we can be of some help with. So, based on that, that's my overall goal in the world of Local Development Corporation for 2020.
Great. So can we get a motion to approve the financial statements for November and December of 2019? Supervisor Merlino, seconded by Supervisor Thomas. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Matters relating to the review of loan portfolio.
Yes, I have been working with Assistant County Attorney Bob, who has been available at all...
As we speak?
He just walked in?
Yeah, he walks in. Bob, why don't you come on up here, because we're going to be going into executive session in a couple of minutes. Bob has been very helpful and communicates with our office on a regular basis on a number of issues, and we're in good shape. We do need to go into executive session on the personal credit history finances for our friends at the cheese farm that is proposing to relocate their operations from Thurman to Lake Luzerne. They're going to maintain the farm. There are some pending issues that we do need to discuss in executive session. I would ask for
Could I get a motion to go into executive session? Supervisor Merlino, seconded by Supervisor Thomas. All those in favor?
Aye.
We are in executive session. Okay.
We do have one quick brief update from Patricia.
I think Pat wanted to make a couple of comments, I think.
Pardon?
I think Pat Tadish wanted to
Yes,
make...
she does, and this is on...
Waiting on you, Pat.
I was setting her up for this, is that you may recall, thank you, Bob, very much for your help. You may recall that last year, the Local Development Corporation committed up to $10,000 to assist in the affordable housing study, as well as EDC has committed up to $10,000 as well. A memorandum of understanding is being prepared between the entities, and I think it's critical that we move ahead with this project. We can't lose the momentum. Right. We've got the interest of the state, and we've got the interest of Mr. Scott, and we have the expert in housing, Mr. Tadish, who's been doing this for a sizable number of years. Sizable. I have not criticized the number of years, because I've been criticized myself for the number of years. She's an expert, and we need to take advantage of that now. And the interest we have of all of our supervisors
Wonderful.
is excellent. Now is the time for us to move ahead.
Patricia, you
Okay.
got the stage.
I will keep this brief in the interest of time. I had provided last October the Planning Committee a memorandum which just described how we got to where we got and why we're doing this. And the meeting that Ed held at the library, Wayne and I attended to discuss the issue of new construction and housing. So we went from there to having chats with different supervisors and what the needs were. Wayne has been dutifully attending many of the meetings up north, hears all the time about the issues related to housing, you know, and we need to bring some reality to like what is the need, and ultimately what is the market, because what we want is a responsiveness by the private sector to build, and the resources available at the Division of Housing as well as just private sector investment may be beneficial to this initiative. In this package here, there's code scope. There are 3 pieces. The 2 pieces are basically items that talk about the profile of the housing needs and understanding the housing needs of homeowners. The part C of this would be to hire a market analyst, preferably one that's on the list for at the New York State Division of Housing Community Renewal, so that they could work on this. We have looked at the housing needs analysis done by the town of North Elba, Village of Lake Placid. We've looked at the rather voluminous study done by Westchester County, and they have a myriad of housing issues, but they kind of reflect two ends of the spectrum. I think we're someplace in the middle. So we want to be able to move forward. We do have identified funding in the LDT account. Wayne can elaborate on that a little bit. And we have the contributions from the partnership with the Warren County EDC. So that's what I have to say. Wayne, you want to talk about money?
We have the sheriff here, so I think we're going to have to wrap this thing up.
Yeah.
Someone's before the sheriff, so we're...
Yeah, I mean, Ed brought it up, is that there's roughly, at this point in time, $20,000 committed to this. Our proposal is we do the RFP, see what the proposals come in at, and have a further discussion of any gap in that funding.
Okay, so is there an ask then to go out for an RFP or RFQ on this?
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
We would like to nail down a memorandum of agreement, and then the funding in place, and then go out for services.
Okay. The memorandum of agreement with EDC. Okay.
EDC had no objection of going out to the RFP in order to move this thing along. Had no objection of going out to the RFP based on Wayne and Patricia's putting forth the qualifications of who we're looking for. Right.
Great. And are we, hopefully we're done?
We're done.
We're done. Thank you very much. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Supervisor Merlino, second by Supervisor Thomas. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, try to get something together in the next couple of weeks.
My
daughter's in
Switzerland.
She's in
Davis.
Yeah.